Yo, what up, what up? Good morning to MGS. Thursday, May 28th, 2026. Another beautiful day. Have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house. Tyler, good morning. How are you doing today?
Doing all right. You check price, bad price, very, very bad price, pretty much across the board, but we're not going to let that get us down. Still a lot of big things going on here today. So excited for the show.
Yeah, we got a lot of things going on. Dude, like what's going on over here? What is happening? You know, we cannot let the selling maze go. We literally called it though. We said it end of month, the 31st is another full moon, which is going to reverse everything after the reversal of the first full moon. What do we do, Tyler?
We need another reversal. We're going to need another full moon reversal coming out of it.
Like what do we do, Tyler? We were saying full moon to full moon. You want to be careful. And here we are. Here we are. Everything has now fully retraced.
Not fully.
Well,
a lot of retraces out there.
Yeah. I mean, ETH is really going to zero, isn't it?
Not according to Standard Chartered.
Really? I can't wait to get into that. So anyway, it's another show. We've got markets, news, and then we'll be joined by a partner because we've got some stuff coming up over the Myriad side. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for that. I'm not gonna jump the gun. It's coming out soon. And so we're gonna have a busy show. A packed one. So with that being said, Tyler, let's just dive right into it.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis, Tyler D on FOMO hour calls the kid can't miss.
Great to patch some barriers.
Yeah, folks, it's not great out there in the crypto streets today. Majors are down quite a bit, about 3 to 5% across the board. Bitcoin's down 3%, 72,700. ETH is down 4.5%, 1970, so it's below 2K. Solana down 4%, $80. Hyperliquid, which has been the darling of the cycle, down 6%, 57.10. Zeke is down 8%. Yeah, it's pretty red out there. I think what makes it worse is that stocks are a little red. The Nasdaq's down 0.8%. The Dow's down 0.3%. So they're down a little bit, but really not that much. Gold's down 0.5% at 44.59. Oil's up 2%, but still just at 90. So this is really a crypto sell-off, much more than broader markets, which I think is reflected in the sentiment that we see on the timeline. Sentiment feels like it is at bear market lows, despite the fact we're still 20% off the bottom. Going through some of the headlines, Trump made some comments yesterday about making crypto great in America. He mentioned perps for the first time, but of course, prices just sold off immediately after he did that. So folks weren't too excited about those comments. We had Jefferies projecting $1 trillion in crypto public market value after the upcoming IPO. So they think crypto companies are going to be big. We had a Google engineer become the second arrested for polymarket insider trading. We had Standard Chartered share an ETH bull case here this morning. They're calling for 4K soon and 40,000 by end of 2030. That's 40,000. That is a 20x from here. So that's quite bullish. And 4K by the end of this year still is quite the bullish call. We'll get into their logic later in the show. Big day for stablecoins. SoFi launched SoFi USD. They're a dollar-backed stablecoin on ETH and Sol. First national U.S. bank to offer that directly to consumers in a banking app, 15 million customers. Then Block began rolling out USDC stablecoin payments on Cash App, and they've got 60 million users. So stables continue to be widely adopted. And there was this wild new lawsuit. Just quick fun story. Well, not really fun. It's the opposite of fun. This plaintiff, Noah Doe, filed a lawsuit in New York to take over ownership of 39,000 dormant Bitcoin, worth about $286 billion. After using an algorithm to identify them as abandoned, said he tried to contact the owners and they want to take ownership. So I doubt it goes through, but something to watch. ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, 730 million in net outflows yesterday. $1 billion in outflows across the last 2 sessions. Hype ETFs did have 3 million in net inflows, but still much lower than it had been. Some reports that Polymarket is moving towards broader mandatory KYC. I've seen different takes on this.
Confirmed they're not doing it. Yeah.
So that was confirmed as a false story. It was by the information, which I thought might have some merit. So we'll put that aside for now. Then the White House began reviewing a CFTC proposal to establish the first comprehensive federal framework for prediction market oversight. So that is a real headline. Ran out the rest of this. Meme leaders, they're bad. Not a whole lot of action. There's a new token on base called Deuce. It had an all right day, and then that is really it. Just a lot of blood out in the streets today.
It's a disgusting day. That's for sure. I didn't even realize, like, dude, I've been, like I said, like, it's been a busy time. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. You'll see soon, but it generally, like, I'm still busy. So I didn't really look at the price. Had a long workout this morning, everything. And also, like, prices suck. So I was like, I'll just, like, not look for a few hours. Before the show, I'm like, maybe I should check before I hop on FOMO Hour and talk about this. And boy, oh boy, I opened the Hyperliquid and your boy was down a lot of money. A lot of SLs getting hit here. I'm holding on to my dear life for that Zeke because 530 was one of my lowest bids. Like I had set at 530. That's where I draw the line. Seems to try to hold above there. And then I'm still in near. But the rest is not great.
Yeah, the charts don't look as good as they did a few days ago.
It's healthy retreat.
Especially for the quadfecta, right? The consensus bull plays.
I'm gonna buy
I had this, I think we talked about it. I had this question, like the overarching question, like can the quadfecta really run against Bitcoin? And of course I did. And they did, perhaps until they don't.
I didn't
anymore.
Until they didn't. Let's look at Bitcoin. Fucking nasty, dude. Just nasty. Like this is going back to 60s.
It looks that way, right? So now, like the sentiment in some of the chats I'm in, like, are we just trying to protect higher lows since the Iran war? So we want to protect 66. Is that the number you want to hold? Is there even a number?
Is there a number? There is no number. I love you. Our quant saying 70K.
Okay.
That was her call. She said 70. So we're going back to 70K over here.
And then bounce back.
I don't think she called for bounce back. She just said 70.
Okay.
We can go to her page. We can go to her page. Yeah, she's got lines at 70 and 69K-ish, it seems like here.
But before that, I thought she was saying she still thought we would go higher one more time before the big leg down.
70K. It's either 70 or 80. Yeah. 70 it is. Yeah. We're fucked. All right, send it. Just rip the band-aid off. You know? This is man. Yeah. And stocks are, SPX is unchanged, 0%.
Yeah, that's what makes this worse. Is it's all happening in the face of stocks flat and really just taking a breather after a huge grind up. So the opportunity cost is weighing on folks pretty heavily.
Yeah, big time
right now, which I think is what's driving sentiment so low. But then at the same time, it's like, are you going to cut your crypto bags now to go chase that?
Oh yeah, sure. Totally. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what I mean? What's gold at? XAU USDT 44. Yeah. Gold looks like fucking shit too, by the way.
Yeah, gold's selling off a little bit. Our
TI
MicroStrategy doesn't look too good.
MSTR looks horrible. Let's look at that. It's one of those days. It's one of the. Pull up the Ethereum charts. It's the same thing. Yeah. Jesus. Have you seen this chart?
Is that the MicroStrategy chart?
Yeah, dude.
I looked at it right before the show. Yeah. So it looked like, nice little rebound off the bottom there. And now it's giving it all back. So expect the Sailor FUD to increase over the coming days and weeks. He's back down on the overall Bitcoin position now as well.
Yeah.
Is Stretch going to get back to par this next month?
You tell me. You're the fucking Stretch King, dude. You're the Stretch King. Let's go there.
We're going to find out. What
happened in the stretch bid?
Well, we know it really only ever comes the few days before the 15th because the way they structure this product, and I don't really understand why they did it this way, but you capture the 11.5% dividend for that month if you hold it on the 15th. So that means you buy it on the 14th, you're in. Then you can sell on the 16th. And I think that's probably what a lot of holders do. Of course, you'll be selling at like a 1% loss if you bought it at 100 and you sell it at 99. So I don't think we're going to get back there soon. I think we will get back in June. I mean, it's still like you're getting 11.5%, unless you really think it's you're not gonna be able to exit above 99, or you think the whole thing is just going to fall apart. Then I would think that it would continue. Well, we got a little rebound there. How about that? The last couple minutes. So
we're back, Tyler. We're back, baby. We're back.
But I want to talk a little bit about why. It's like, why do we think this is happening? Of course, this is always the $1 billion question, and it's hard to really pinpoint. I mean, the reality is there's more sellers than buyers right now. I mean, the ETF flows really are like they feel like a meaningful sign. You know, we've had $1 billion in outflows this week. I think 2.6 billion over the last like 2.5 weeks. So like big money is leaving. Is it in preparation for the SpaceX IPO in a couple weeks? Is it just chasing stocks, which is a much hotter market? Is it the fact that the quantum overhang is still there? Is it probably a combination of those three and just not a really sexy near-term narrative? We thought maybe Stretch was going to be that, but apparently isn't enough. That's kind of what's been going through my head. But it's kind of hard to make sense of right now. It's a little bit of narrative following price action as well.
Oh, 11 seconds ago, oil prices turned negative after report says U.S. and Iran reached a deal. I am so fucking sick and tired of this. I'm going to crash out. I'm literally going to crash out, Tyler, live on the show. I'm going to crash out. 60-day ceasefire. I'm going to literally crash out, Tyler. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? So breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. For the can I use my breaking news button, Tyler? Please
do it.
All right.
This just
my God.
Rug Radio. Breaking news.
Per Axios, U.S. and Iran reached a deal but need Trump's final approval. We know where that's going. U.S. and Iran deal pending Trump approval. U.S. and Iran negotiators have agreed on 60-day ceasefire and framework for nuclear talks. But the deal still awaits final approval from President Trump. Oil prices turned negative after report says Iran and Iran. There you go. It's a mix of both. USA and Iran reached. Tyler, I'm going to crash out, Tyler. Every time. Oh my God. Hyperliquid is green on the day. Let's see live on what's going on the Bitcoin chart.
We're rebounding. All right.
This is not, dude. And then tomorrow's Friday. You know what's going to happen on Friday? They're going to pump the fucking shit out of the market.
Yeah, well, Trump signs the deal at like 4 p.m. Eastern, right after markets close. And then we have a pump. Yeah, producer Charlie changed the name to, Farouk crashing out live over latest Iran deal.
Dude, I've had it. Dude. I'm fucking sick and tired of this shit. Like I've had it. I've fucking had it. I have fucking had it. Like, this is insane.
This is Axios. I mean, maybe this is a real deal. I mean,
this is insane.
Rubio said it would take a few days. A few days kind of gets us to.
Yeah, and Marcus Rubio is like the greatest politician out there. He's the GOAT, and here we are.
I mean, oil's 88.55 on Hyperliquid.
I'm gonna crash out, Tyler. I'm genuinely going to crash out. Like, I can't take this anymore. Like, today, someone told me, like, yo, how come you're not tapped into this whole Iran war anymore? I'm like, because I fucking had it. Because I'm in crypto. And it has been leading my life for the last 60 days.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of tired of just talking. It's the same ping pong every single day.
I've fucking even the big. Thank God I decided not to close Zeke near. On the 5:30 market just bounced right on, but insane.
Zeke bounced.
Yeah, it always does. VVV's bouncing too. I thought VVV looked good. I closed a lot of it. I thought VVV looked really good though. Because look, I don't mind this, right? Higher low, bounce, shoulder, dump, you know? Worst case, it does like now the bounce like the 17s again and the try.
I still think the entire quad affected trade is just, I still think largely dependent on now where do you think Bitcoin goes next? Like, do you think it goes to 66? Or do you think we're close to the range bottom and we're just going to be in a range? If you think we're going to be in a range, I think they can still continue to grind up. But even HYPE, which has been up 200% against Bitcoin this year, slowing down.
It's literally up to green today. That's insane.
Why do you keep saying that? It's not.
It is. What do you mean? This is green. The color is green.
Daily. So since 7 p.m. last night, it's green. Okay.
Yeah, the daily candle is green.
Yeah. All right.
Dude, I removed my $56 fit instead of $57 bits because I was scared. Let me hit that. It's green, Ty. The day. Wow, look at the 4 hour.
We've never been more back. It was over.
Here we go. We're going to literally run it tomorrow morning. You're going to be with me on the show. We're going to be fucking retraced on the way upwards. The entire retrace from today. Reverse Uno.
Well, let me tell you this. Oh, ETH's about to be 2K again. You're never going to have a chance to buy ETH sub $2,000 again.
Shut the fuck. I'm going to kill you. Oh my God. I had a big ass short. I shorted $500,000 worth of ETH yesterday as a hedge on the fucking rest. Close it. But
oh, you closed it already.
Yeah. We're not fucking I hate shorting, Tyler. Like I can't short. Like I get like anxiety. I could be long millions of dollars of a coin and be down, but the second I'm short, like I start sweating. Like I get anxiety.
The problem with shorting, A, is we hate.
Yeah, like
short. But then B, like in this headline world we're in, like it only takes 1 or 2 to send things up a few 3-5% in a single candle, and there goes your short. So I'm not, even if you think this direction's lower, I still don't love the short trade versus just picking your spots or entries to get better longs.
Dude, like, well, the caveat, now let's talk about this news. The caveat to this news is pending Trump approval.
Yeah.
So that could go anywhere.
Of course.
Like it says clearly all the news say that it requires Trump's okay.
Yeah.
60-day period will launch negotiate. Last time ceasefire uncertainty is kind of good for the market because like once that war ends, what happens next? But 60-day period will launch negotiations on Iran's nuclear program. Negotiators briefed Trump on the details of the final deal, and he asked to take a few days to think about it. Oh God, we're gonna have a weekend full of tweets again. Right on Thursday, Tyler.
So this is still just a 60-day pause where they try to work on the actual peace deal. So I don't know. This is like, it's some progress. It's not a ton.
Oh man! As soon as the markets hit lows, this news comes out.
Can we talk about the other Trump news from today just quickly?
Yeah, we have to, dude.
On a lighter note, but also on a very serious note. Apparently, the Trump administration is trying to put his face on the $250 bill.
Oh, I thought you were talking about him talking about crypto.
Oh, we'll talk about that next. Is there a bit better sign that inflation is the hallmark of the Trump 2 administration than him putting his face on a $250 bill that's worth about as much as a $100 bill was at the start of his first term?
Oh, God.
It doesn't even look good. Like this is not anti-Trump commentary. Like the numbers just don't look good. Like that bill does not look clean.
I think 250 is gangster. But maybe not that image.
No, Pingzu, no, we do not. We have never really had anything about.
No, they never had 250 bills. You guys had the Benjamin is the highest, right?
100 is the highest. I would have to like do a fact check. I don't believe that we've ever had higher than that.
I don't think so. Europe has had 200 and 500 euros, though they killed the 500. But Has USA ever had a bill bigger than $100? Let's just check in case, because you used to have the tuning, right? Yes, actually. What? You had a $10,000 bill.
Yeah, so we just had like some like wild ones, but like that's I've never even seen that.
Yeah, they stopped in 1969.
Yeah, so
you had a $100,000 gold certificate that was backed.
Back when we were on the gold standard, maybe.
Damn. Do you have? I'm curious about it. I've never seen those. There's that. So yeah, $250 bill. Yeah, I mean, sign of times, right?
And then more in on the actual crypto front, we had from him yesterday. He did another crypto post on True Social. Gary Gensler and the anti-crypto army nearly destroyed American crypto, driving Bitcoin, crypto perpetuals, and innovation offshore, but Trump saved it. America now the crypto capital of the world. Builders and entrepreneurs are back. Under my leadership, we'll codify a future-proof digital asset market structure that cannot be undone. So I think the optimism from this post, people pointing to, okay, this is the first time he's really talked about the digital asset market structure in a while. So maybe that's on his radar. He wants this to get done, which I think Clarity Act folks do see as broadly as a positive. But I think with where prices are, folks are kind of just in general getting tired of.
We need him to send Bitcoin straight up to like $250,000 in a straight line. And then all of it is forgotten. Yes,
that would solve all of our problems. Bitcoin's going to lose 73 again here live. So that pump was short-lived. So yeah, we can't really have nice things right now. That's the latest on the Trump front. The Standard Chartered ETH bull case, I did think was interesting just because I think we were the John Travolta looking around the room meme. Like, are there any ETH bulls left? It seemed like most had gone. They're laying out $4,000 ETH targets into 2026, 40,000 by end 2030. I'm assuming that means by like the end of the 30s. So like 14 years and not 4 years.
Yeah.
But they're pointing to improving internal metrics. So like transaction numbers, TVL. They're saying TVL measured in ETH terms remain near all-time highs. I fact-checked that before the show. I tweeted about it. It's 30 to 40% off all-time highs in ETH terms, and it's 60% off USD terms. So Standard Chartered, I don't really know if I would make that the flagship part.
Yeah, that's the first comment goes, he also shows TVL as at ATHs by showing it in ETH instead of USD.
Yeah, but I mean, even what I'm saying is even in ETH terms, it's not. It's still 30 to 40% off. So that part not as great. I think the other aspect, they're saying stablecoin growth in RWA. So they're saying stablecoins are going to 7x the 2 trillion by 2028. I could see that. 54% are on ETH, so ETH wins that race. So TVL will naturally go up. And then RWA, so tokenized real-world assets, they think that could grow 50 times to 2 trillion by the end of 2028. So I mean, that's more of a moonshot. I guess with all the tokenization headlines and progress we've seen, is that possible by 2028? Maybe. That'd be a substantial move. And they're saying ETH would be a huge winner in that as well. I mean, in the world where that plays out, stablecoin 7x and RWA is 50x, ETH TVL would be substantially higher. I think the token would have to be higher. So I think that makes sense to me as a bull case to get ETH back to all-time highs. If you actually see stables and RWAs go to those levels, you have to win. I think that's probably the big prime. I think that part is actually well articulated. I think that is one of the more logical bull cases that could actually play out over the next few years that I've seen. So interesting seeing a major bank lay that out. Of course, 4,000 by 2026. Quite the call with it trading at 1988 right now. So that's a big turnaround. I guess from a trading perspective, we kind of went through some of the macro, some of the headlines. How are you feeling? I feel like our quant Mando, he's been cutting a lot of positions. It seems like he's kind of moving to cash.
Yeah, it looks like it. He's probably right.
He usually is right.
It's not great out there. I want to say, like, is it even going to have any impact once the war is done?
Well, I think that's what we're seeing today is that at least this peace deal, like this interim peace deal, I don't think is going to have that big of an impact. The actual peace deal, maybe some, but I don't know. It seems like we're already front running that to a degree.
Yeah.
Like a bigger one would be Russia, Ukraine at this point, but I don't know how close that
war has been going on forever, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore.
I'm just holding, and I picked up some new spot positions in the last week.
Yeah.
I think my Zeke average is around 530. I think I'm just going to hold through it. BVV, I'm upside down on a little on, but not crazy. I feel like I'm just going to weather the storm. I bought some things downstream.
Yeah.
Community member.
Yeah, 100%. We are community members. We always have been. We always will be.
Some nasty looking charts out there. Like I was looking at pumps at 16, like 1.6.
Let's look. Do we even want to look at these charts? Jesus.
It's within 10% of all-time low. So that's just like one more day away. I mean, Bitcoin goes to 70, pumps probably at all-time low, despite all these buybacks, despite everything.
Where even is the fucking pump chart? Jesus, I can't even find it.
On hype.
I can't open the hype because it's my hype. It's my account. There you go. Looks like the lit chart.
Yeah, lit gave all of it back.
All of it, and then some. Wow.
And then Mega.
But whoa, brother. Do we bring up the Mega USDT chart?
Don't like to just grave dance.
No, but like,
I'm still holding tokens. I'm still vesting tokens on this, but I mean the fluffles are close to being underwater on this.
What is going on over there?
There's just no buyers.
Yeah, that too. Why can't I find one pool? Jesus, like, okay. Anyways, there you go. What's Monad at?
Oh, I haven't checked that.
Okay, still 2.3 billion. Wow, that was crazy, by the way. Okay,
still pretty high.
Yeah, it is. What else? What else are we looking at? Let's go through Zcash and all these. Like we talk about him every day, right? We may as well go. So Zeke is here at 5. It's a big level here because you want it to be a higher lower here, right? And then that's a big, level, like breakout level for it. Mm-hmm. So I think holding 530 is extremely important, guys. So you're either bidding here or just getting out of the way and waiting, right? Which is fine as well because then you could hope for maybe a 4, the 400s. But that's not bad. For now, I'm holding on Zeke because it's spot, and I'm hoping for especially after this last war stuff again. Like, let's just wait a bit. So Zcash, I think we're okay. Near, I know Mando's still holding. So this one, similar-ish, right? Just it's back to an important, like, somewhat of a level here. Just may as well just wait. I think he said cut SL at 195. Hyperliquid, which was still green just like not long ago on the daily. Okay, it's red now. Okay, so we have a little pop on this thing in the back and back down. So, and you have now the unstaking FUD, which I get it's not FUD, but because there's a lot of hype being unstaked, and probably with this market people are gonna dump. Man, if you see a 4 in front of Hyperliquid, I think it's proper buy. No,
it has to be.
Yeah.
I think 40s is, you won't want to buy it.
You won't want to buy it. Probably you should. This is why you should buy it. So there's that. And then what's the other one, VV? It's in a similar spot as Zeke to me, where it's like high or low, hopefully. Yeah.
They both kind of look the same.
Very similar charts. So there's that. Those are the main ones: Bitcoin, ETH, USD. I mean, we don't have to look at Sol. I mean, it's probably really depressing. Yeah. That is the most depressing chart in crypto. Jesus. Wow.
Yeah, Cold Blood said he still thought it was going to break down more, right?
He did. He actually was very bearish soul on the show. And not to hate, just from a charting perspective. Well, this was the top. We were talking about how this is probably a Pico top. Jesus, when I went to 97, little did we know. We were joking about it, and there it is. Fuck. So there's that. Fuck. Was there any other news? If not, we can get into some World Cup stuff that we just launched, but like maybe there's news, and then we have a guest coming on in 7 minutes.
Yeah, a couple of headlines we can quickly go through before
Let's do it.
The guest joins. So Jeffries, another big shop here, saying they think a crypto IPO wave could create a $1 trillion public market. So they are looking at like Kraken's parent Payword, Securitize, Blockchain.com, Gemini, and others. And then as for Catalyst, they're saying like tokenization, key catalyst here. Regulation could further accelerate adoption, especially from the institutional side. And then the Clarity Act is the missing piece to bring broader institutional investment. So those three things play out, and they think there could be a crypto IPO boom coming in the near future. I think this is interesting timing on this. And of course, this isn't saying it's going to happen right away, but they're saying they're projecting this for the future. As we know, a lot of crypto companies like Ledger, Consensus, and others have delayed their IPO plans, citing market conditions. But we know they're ready to go effectively if and when market conditions do turn around. So more of your traditional shops laying out what the bull case does look like, although it's harder to see that on the red days for sure. So I thought that was an interesting one. And then this Google engineer busted for insider trading is kind of an interesting story. I don't know if folks saw this. This guy, Michael, I don't know if you say Michelle or Michael, arrested and charged insider trading on Google Markets. So
dude, insane.
Yeah, specifically like who would be the most searched person of the year. And I remember this one playing out in real time. And like there was these strange bets on David D4 VD.
Yeah.
Turns out it was this guy. He wasn't some, low-level employee who was betting 5K. He put in 3.8 million.
What a fucking idiot.
In USDC. He used his account Alpha Raccoon, which I think it was a profitable trading account on Polymarket, and he won 1.2 million.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, is a ton of profit to make. But also, like when you have the angle that he's putting up 3.8 million to do that, it's not like he turned 5K into 1.2 million. Like,
wow,
he had access to a lot of money.
He did not enter a plea deal, was released on a $2.25 million bond secured by $1 million cash and $50,000 of which needs to be posted on Wednesday. Wow.
Facing commodities fraud, wire fraud, money laundering charges.
Wow. And he's going to be made an example of, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
He has to be, given everything going on in prediction markets right now, we talk about it every day, Tyler. He has to be made an example of for the U.S. government and the CFTC. Like, he's going to get thrown in the book.
Oh, yeah.
Michele Spagnolo. Sounds Italian. But anyways, he's fucked.
He moved the funds to Italy.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so
he's in trouble, dude. And you know what? Meloni and Trump, they're homies. The vice president of Italy. She's homies with Trump. So she knows she's going to do whatever, they need to work together on this one. But he's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. Damn.
It just feels like inside trading, not even just on prediction markets everywhere. It just feels like it's more widespread. Maybe there's just more people paying attention to it. Yeah. Apparently, like someone bought these meta option calls yesterday, like 5 minutes before like this. They dropped some surprising news yesterday. They were going to start rolling out like a fee plan for some of their products, and the stock jumped like 5%. And these calls, which were like effectively worthless, people turned like 10K into like $1 million. Like it was an insane trade, but of course the timing shows that he probably knew something. So it feels like there is more and more of it happening. But on the prediction market side, they're cracking down. I think this is the second major Polymarket one after the Army Special Forces soldier who was betting on his own raids in Venezuela effectively. So that was the other high profile one. So inside trading went from feature to jail time for some of these folks. And I think that's our look at the rest of the headlines. Maybe we'll see how tomorrow's show goes. AI CEOs are walking back their comments. Like that's maybe something a little bit longer to unpack, but like
Really?
the Anthropic CEO and Sam Altman OpenAI are both kind of saying they're walking away from like the rhetoric that AI is coming for your jobs and 50% of people are.
Oh, now they're walking it back. Okay. Yeah. Okay. After scaring the shit out of everyone and destroying like 20 different companies. Got it. Thank you.
Problem, I feel like it's a a double-edged sword where if it is that powerful, it's bad because people are going to lose their jobs, bad for the economy. Where's the spending going to come from? On the other side, if it's not good enough to displace workers, then are like the target's too high? Is the spin too high? Like, is the bubble going to deflate a bit? So I've got some questions and concerns on that one here near term, but we'll see. Perhaps we'll have a longer conversation on that.
All right, man. So there's that. Okay, a lot of stuff going on. Anyways, let's move on to some lighter stuff.
Sure.
Let's move on to some lighter stuff. Let me put up. Actually, before we have a guest and everything. Charlie, let's hit the video. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're happy to announce that Myriad Markets, in partnership with The Energy, will be giving away $100,000 in prize pool for the World Cup. I mean, as you all know, the World Cup is 2 weeks away today, starting on July 11th. It's in the USA. It's electric. It's the biggest World Cup of ever. I believe it's like 48 teams or something like that. 104 matches. Over 39 days. So it's going to be a big one. And here we are. I mean, you've seen us, stage the markets a week ago, low key, let you guys kind of, wondering what's going on here. And today we announced that we are giving away $100,000. We can get into the details of this, but it's going to be to people who predict, so top P&L by the end of the World Cup, and also to the makers. So the people who provide liquidity to these markets is going to be $5,000 a week up for grabs here. And who better to have on the show than the person with whom we are partnering today, Shafi of The Energy. Shafi, what's up, brother? How you doing?
How you doing, man? Thanks for having me, guys.
Dude, I'm hyped. I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. Whole team's excited. Whole team's been working on pushing this out for a long time. It's been tough to keep it together, and we're really.
World Cup, man. It's gonna be, like you said, man. It's gonna be a big one.
So what are you predicting for the World Cup? Like, who's winning?
Ooh. I mean, there's a lot of narratives there, right? I mean, there's obviously Ronaldo's last World Cup. Everyone's like, can he do it? And there's a lot of, and then obviously it being held in the US. You never know. They did really well last time round. You never know. I mean, like, look, there's a lot of narratives, a lot of underdog plays. There's a lot of curveballs that could happen. So that's why it's exciting. And I think for Myriad and for what you guys are doing with the markets, I think it's going to be like some really exciting times in the following weeks. Yeah,
definitely very excited. Tyler, who did you guys your money on? I mean, Shafi, you kind of dodged that one, by the way. You kind of Ronaldo, USA. You kind of.
I mean, honestly, I would say probably Argentina. Like that.
Okay.
Argentina, Brazil. I think one of those two. I mean, being from England, I would say England, we might have an outside chance. We did well in the last World Cup. We got to the semis. So I think, this time round, you never know. We've got a German coach, so he might get the England team in order. You never know. Look, it's one of those ones. Anyone can win it. It's a game of football. Everyone's playing at the highest level. These are all top players. So anyone can really win it, I think.
Okay. I see this. Tyler, who you've been following a little bit? Who you got?
My brain says France.
That's a good bet.
The Portugal Ronaldo narrative is a good one, and of course I'll be rooting for the USA, but I don't know how realistic that is.
Hmm.
And I don't really want Spain to win.
Yeah, nobody wants Spain to win, dude. Like nobody wants Spain to win.
It's not fun to bet on the favorite. Like what's the fun in that?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Look, there's also speaking of that, actually, did we ship them yet? Oh, we shipped a ton of these. We also shipped a ton of futures, so outcome markets. So it's not just on the matches that you'll be able to predict. So all matches are gonna be on and they're already loaded. It's all these different outcomes. So every group winner you're gonna be able to predict, but also on who's gonna win the actual cup itself. So Myriad predictors have France at 22% right now, Spain at 24, Spain at 22, England at 20. Wow, Brazil at 23. You guys are on crack. Argentina at 20, Portugal at 18. Guys, I have to say I don't disagree with the whole like narrative of like, hey, Messi's got one. We need like if I was a book writer,
exactly, you know what I mean? It would be very poetic for this World Cup for Ronaldo in his last World Cup to win the trophy.
I'm a screenwriter, Ronaldo winning one on this time off, Messi, him. We stopped the whole Messi Ronaldo debate, blah blah blah.
And it would be Argentina, Portugal in the final. That would be
Ronaldo. That would be a whole Matrix situation. I'm gonna go with France. That's my team. That's my team, and I gotta go with France. That's who my money is going to be on, for sure. But anyways, so there's that. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you guys share the video, guys. We just posted a video. It's awesome, man. Damn, what a banger video. So $100,000 up for grabs at the moment on Myriad.market. So make sure that you get on there and start predicting and or making as well. So Shafi, now let's get to the other question. We talked about, the $100,000 prize. We've got the energy all over our website. We're going to be doing a lot together. You're also going to be a partner of this show for the next couple of months. Do some stuff into Crypt Media. We'll be at the F1 together in a week from now, etc. So you guys are all over. Back in when I was at the F1, it was in Miami. Yeah, it was Miami. Time flies. Jesus, feels like a year ago. Back in Miami, I saw you guys on the Haas car. So you're also an official sponsor of Team F1 Team Haas, which is super cool. I believe you guys are 7th right now. It's pretty good. But the question posed is, what is the energy? Is your 7th, right?
Yeah. They're doing really well this year. So 7th in the constructor championship.
I mean, this is a big deal. And so tell us more about what the energy is, and what you guys are building.
So the energy, essentially, we're a blockchain infrastructure that specializes in carbon and energy markets. So we're a platform that tokenizes carbon, renewable energy, electricity. And within our tech stack, we have kind of like a calculation of your carbon kind of emissions and energy consumption. So essentially for a Formula One team, we map out the whole energy footprint across the garages, the factories, the logistics between races. So you can imagine what a kind of complicated process they have transporting between 22 races in 24 different jurisdictions. So essentially Formula One teams don't have a live dashboard of it. We provide them with a live view of their energy consumption.
Yeah, no, I love that. You showed me the whole platform in back at Consensus, and I thought it was really good. Many people don't realize, but I think F1 teams are really they have strict rules, right, around energy consumption, etc., which is kind of has made the sport.
Yeah, I think that's a big controversy this year. The 50% electric drivetrains, right? So the engine is when they lose charge, you lose power, and then I think it's causing some accidents, and it's a bit of controversy around that. So that's because they're trying to become more compliant and more sustainable. They've added sustainable fuels. So the energy will help the Formula One ecosystem map out their energy and be able to really figure out what's the best ways of becoming more efficient. Maybe it isn't just slashing engine power, and maybe there's other mechanisms that can be put into play.
Yeah, I mean, it's super cool. I love that you guys are doing this. It's such a interesting approach. It took me even a little bit to understand. I was like, but Shafi, sit down with me, explain to me exactly what where does the blockchain come into play? This night, how does that all play out actually?
So the way we see it is energy, and especially clean energy, is going to be more sought after with the way AI and emerging technologies that are completely reliant on electrification or electricity thirsty, should we say. And so that means we have this whole asset class that exists currently, which is renewable energy certificates that really are not that liquid. So we built a whole blockchain based around it, and then we started plugging in use cases that need that energy. So big organizations that have massive footprint, we help with our tech stack quantify what the energy footprint is, and then we use the blockchain to settle it with the clean assets that they need. So the blockchain becomes a settlement layer, and then we build dApps on top of it that allows industry and organizations or even individuals to trade and to access these energy certificates.
Yeah, so that's actually super cool, and I love that you guys are working with F1 teams on that, because what other better market than the F1 market, especially when it comes to
I mean, for us, it was a case study situation, right? It's like, you know, we can prove that we can map out the energy consumption of an F1 team that's probably has one of the most complicated infrastructures in kind of any organization, and we're able to map that out and show, you know, precisely their energy consumption, and then use a blockchain to offset it, you know, then that's the best use case of our technology. So
everything's used on blockchain, which is super cool, which is kind of like abstracted when it comes to like front facing with the teams that you work with, etc. You announced this year you're the F1 partner. You're the official sustainability partner to the team TGR Haas. And so how does that connect to what you're doing in crypto? Like what's the tie-in with like your sponsorship with Haas, and like what does that mean for your holders? Because you do have a token, the Watt token, which by the way, the ticker makes perfect sense. Yeah, Watt token versus energy. So how does this all tie in here?
So the Watt token is only produced once verified energy has been retired and basically offset the network's energy. So it's only produced when clean energy has been added to the grid. That's basically how Watt coins are minted. It's called proof of energy. It's our own in-house consensus mechanism, which we developed. And how that ties into Formula One, it ties directly into the whole energy certificates that they need for offsetting their footprint, or essentially their operations. So with Haas, it's like the perfect case study, like I said earlier, to demonstrate the tech stack that we have. Our token holders benefit by onboarding more entities, whether it's Formula One or other organizations that need this, the requirement of our technology stack. It increases the value of the token holder by, we have SaaS kind of agreements with providers that we are giving our tech stack to. So we're getting an income, a revenue from a SaaS kind of tech stack, as well as our marketplace and everything. So the token holders benefit from our buyback revenue burn system, which is in our tokenomics. It's quite complicated, but essentially from all operations, we have several revenue models. One is more of a straight, like a Formula One team using our technology stack to calculate their carbon footprint. That's one revenue stream. And then we have obviously the DEX and the on-chain revenue stream. So all of that ties into a buyback and burn system for Watt coins that allows the Watt holders to benefit from all the revenue streams that D Energy makes.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. No, I love it. I think it's a great one. You guys should check it out. I mean, it's on the website, D.Energy. All the details around the Watt token and how this all ties in. It's so basically like the more, like TLDR is like the more a team saves on energy, the more value it brings back to the holder, right?
Yeah. So the way it works is like, so the way the teams integrate our tech into their operations, it works on kind of like a SaaS model where they use, for different features they use, like Amazon or whatever you want to compare it to. So whichever features they use, they pay for. That money that we receive based on our revenue, we take a certain portion of our revenue and we buy back tokens from the market at market price, and we burn them from supply. So that essentially gives an upward pressure from the profits we're making from fiat currency. That's how we bring that on chain for them to have value.
Okay, no, I love that. This is great. And so, then everyone in crypto right now, well, today is a different day because the market's kind of red. So forget that for a second. Everyone in crypto is always looking for next big narrative, right? We're always digging. Tyler and I, we also partake in that conversation as well. Do you think energy could be one of that? And then, why are you guys, a project to pay attention to?
I mean, yeah, energy, $10 trillion market. I think it's the main the main resource that exactly the main resource. It's one of the biggest markets in the world when we're talking about energy, right? This is something that every household, every person, every individual needs. Everyone has an energy consumption, and then you start scaling that when you start talking about industry, factories, manufacturing, and automotive industry, and it goes on and on, offices and whatever, so the footprint doesn't become smaller when it comes to energy consumption. So it's a massive sector. And I think the way AI and the way tech is moving, it's inevitable. It will come on chain. There will be a tokenized on-chain version of energy. Why are we the ones to do it? Well, obviously we have the first mover advantage. We have a vision on how this will interact with systems in the future. And we believe our vision to be kind of, the way the markets are kind of converging on that kind of into kind of connected systems where you have a settlement layer for energy. If AI wants to offset itself, it no longer needs to rely on anyone to measure its energy. It can just ping our blockchain and, offset its energy directly from us. So I think there is a need for a kind of digital infrastructure layer for energy. And I believe we're building it out.
Yeah, no, I love that. This is super interesting. And so how do you plan on scaling beyond that? Like if, obviously you're working with houses here on F1, like what's your plans on like growing this out?
So essentially we have, like I said, a few revenue streams for the energy. Obviously one is the platform being used by corporations to manage their carbon and ESG requirements. And then we have, a retail trading app for energy. So the marketplace where, Formula One teams would be sourcing the energy, we opened that up as a decentralized, it's like a DEX. So within our mobile wallet, you can just trade energy amongst yourselves. This is an asset class which is, right now it's not available to be traded, freely, in a open global marketplace.
Yeah.
It's fragmented and siloed. Like US certificates are only bought and sold by US companies, UK companies. So it's all kind of fragmented. By unifying into one global marketplace, on chain through a mobile app, that's another avenue of, potential growth. It's like Forex, Forex, no one really traded Forex, and then suddenly you had a whole bunch of apps that, you could trade Forex on, and then everyone was a Forex trader. So essentially, anyone can become an energy trader and trade on a platform that, F1 teams and big organizations source their energy.
Wow. This is really cool. I'm excited to see how you guys grow out of this, go from this actually, and which other partnerships you guys get going on. I've never in 6 years here heard anyone try to tackle that. So that's a good thing, right? It's like nobody's trying to like trade energy on chain. It's like, what the fuck, right? But it's cool.
I mean, it's kind of like, I think what blockchain's been made for, if we look at what blockchain essentially does, right? It's like this ledger that calculates, every transaction and things, it tracks things perfectly. I think our current use cases for blockchain have been great and innovative, but I don't think they've really been able to solve any major problem. And I think this is one issue that has kind of been on the blind side of us a little bit, because we just take energy for granted because we just have it in abundance and we don't really question, do we own it? Are we renting it? Are we borrowing it? Who's supplying it? But now, with the current energy war, scenario that is kind of unfolding in front of us, countries are scrambling and thinking, oh, wait, maybe we need to find another means of reliance for energy or another kind of avenue. Then it suddenly makes sense for people to mine, their currency through generating electricity, because then it relieves the pressure on, society or the kind of, the country. So, long-term vision, it makes all sense. And blockchain, it's whether we can execute, and, we're doing our best to make sure we can, deliver the product.
Okay, I love that. Well, Shafi, I have a feeling you'll be back on. Thank you so much for partnering with us on all of that, and very excited for what we got coming in the next couple of months.
Looking forward to this World Cup and doing some exciting things.
Hell yeah, let's do it. Appreciate you, man. See ya. All right, well there you go. Trading energy, Tyler.
Cool stuff.
Dude, he actually showed me like in person, like how this whole thing works, and I was like, what the fuck? It's actually pretty cool. Like F1 teams are able to just like offset carbon in a click, and just like it's actually all like tied to NFTs and ERC 1155s and like how the whole thing works. I thought it was fascinating. It's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, there's real demand for that. Like companies, teams that are required.
That's the thing. It's not like the average Joe.
Yeah.
But like
if you run a trucking business and you want to be able to hedge on gas prices, like there's lots of use cases out there.
Yeah. it's a very interesting narrative, and so anyway, there is $100,000 up for grabs now on Myriad. Go get.
How does that work for the best?
So here's how it's gonna work. I'll take you through it. So here you go. So it's, if you go to World Cup markets here, you go to rewards. And so this, we also, by the way, like someone's, this Ovi's giving like 3 months worth of rect to someone. And then Wiz, Weekly Wisdom's doing 10 monthly subscriptions and 3 yearlies. There's the top earners here. So if you finish first in PNL, you make $20,000. Second, 10,000. Third, 5,000, 2,000, 1,000. So all the way down. So actually like all the way down to 100th position, you make money.
All right.
Nothing big, but still $70 deposit to your wallet, right? Then, so that's $55,000 total. Then the top makers, because we do want people, placing, limit orders on the platform. So every single week for the next 7 weeks, we'll be giving that away weekly, $5,000 to the top makers. So the top 5 makers every week. So first weekly makes 2,000, 1,200, 800, 600, 400, right? To get some stuff there. And then we kept $10,000 in the bank for surprises. So expect a lot of social platforms. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, I'm thinking $1,000 a week given away on social media. And then we do another $5,000 after that to, I don't know, we'll see, maybe top up some wallets, maybe we'll see, the World Cup's in 2 weeks. So we have 100K plus to give away. And by the way, I may give even more rewards. Like people keep hitting me up now. Like, yo, I want to give something away. So, it's going to be a fun week.
We might have to become a World Cup show.
We have to.
For the summer, given how market conditions might be. I just see a question in the chat. Is it PNL percent or total money? I believe it's total PNL money.
I'll tell you in a second. I'm pretty sure it's PNL percentage. No, sorry, in dollar amount. My bad. I literally worked on this nonstop, and I can't answer this. I'm so sorry, guys. Traders are ranked by total PNL in dollar amount, not percentage, from any and all of their trades in any and all of the World Cup contest markets listed in the World Cup section. So make sure, guys, that you all go read the rules. They're here. There's a rules tab, and that you get it, and you're gonna get topped up directly on Myriad. Dollar amount makes sense. Like
someone bets a penny on an underdog.
You're not trying to, like, imagine the guy who's made like 100 grand loses because of some dude that's bet dollars like multiple times. So it's like, it's not right. So there's that. And it's all here. So we have partners also. Shout out to our partners, Weekly Wisdom, Rect, Tech 55, so 55 Tech, that's taking care of all the APIs, etc. And then Chainlink, industry standard oracles. So we have some big partners behind this. This is going to be good. And they're all in play markets, by the way. The leaderboard's here. Already people going at it. And then the rewards, the markets. So it's all here within the World Cup tab. I have to say, Tyler, we may not be the biggest prediction market yet, but how beautiful is this? Oh, so I'm not sharing my screen. I thought I was sharing my screen the entire time.
Oh, no.
How beautiful is this? Like,
looks good.
You know what I mean? Like, we're getting there. We're going to get there. I promise you guys. But make sure you go play with the website. Tyler, we're going to have, what we can do daily? It's not be for another 14 days. We can just, have a little budget and bet on games here and there. We put a couple predictions.
I'm going to be in a Calcutta, so I have a group of guys I do these drafts with. So we're going to do a World Cup draft in a week. So I'll be financially invested in some of these teams.
Let's go.
So I'll be following it closely.
Oh, I'm topping up my Myriad, yo, and I'm coming for y'all's money. I mean, if I win it, I'll probably have to give it back away, but still, I'm coming. I'm coming. So make sure you participate. Tyler, tomorrow we have a big show. We're starting half an hour earlier.
Yeah, let's tell everyone.
Tomorrow we're starting half an hour earlier. So we're starting 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. First half hour, regular scheduled programming. Second half hour, we have David Hoffman, co-founder of Bankless, going viral for famously selling all of his ETH. And that's a big conversation. So let's have him on. Let's have a chat with him about the future of crypto, where he sees it going. I mean, Bankless is big, right? And why he sold all his ETH. Let's have this conversation. So half an hour earlier. And then that's about it. So with that being said, we see y'all tomorrow morning. Peace out.